Against, that's carried. So we've received no declarations of interest currently, but please stay vigilant and mention it if you have one. So that moves us to item 3, public participation in our public forum. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Kim Norton and Henny Reid from Otatahi Creative Spaces. And you're going to speak to us about arts and mental health and the impact on communities. So welcome. Good morning.
Thank you. We're a creative community of people with mental distress that uses the power of creativity to change lives.
So just push the microphone button.
I think that happened last time as well.
Yes, so you're publicly streamed. Right.
Kia ora. We're a creative community of people with mental distress that uses the power of creativity to change lives. As you all know, arts, culture, creativity and ngā toi is essential to community well-being and cohesion. Art not only changes lives, it saves lives. There's a global movement of arts and health that's getting a lot of traction because artists have a unique role in addressing tricky health and social problems that conventional methods fail to address. The Toi Ototahi art strategy has driven real gains for community well-being, with hauora one of the 4 pou. Our work fits squarely within that strategy. We're Christchurch proud and have nearly 10 years track record. Based at the Phillipstown Hub, we support people from all over Christchurch with priority given to people in Phillipstown, Linwood and Woolston. We make art in shared studios, work on collaborative projects, have exhibitions, promote artwork in our online shop and gallery, and have art adventures in the community. We go the extra mile. We have close links to mental health services to make sure that the people with the greatest needs have access. And the difference we make? People are happier and healthier and have hope for the future. They feel valued and a sense of belonging. People are more resilient. People gain skills for study and work and earn income from their artwork. As a result, people need less clinical mental health treatment. Our relationship with the Christchurch City Council is something that we really treasure. Today we want to update you about that work with a focus on our partnership with the Council, how by joining forces we've made an even bigger difference through an artist residency, visits to Christchurch Art Gallery and an exciting collaboration with Tūranga. Firstly, thank you so much for the investment we receive through the Strengthening Communities Fund, but it's about a lot more than the money. The Council's arts advisors have got our back, and this has led to awesome opportunities for our artists. They organised an artist in residence, potter Emma Turner, which led to a burst of creativity with clay. Emma is now a regular in our studios, sharing her love of pottery. We regularly take groups to Christchurch Art Gallery, where we're warmly welcomed, and seeing Te Rā, the 200-year-old sail, which is pictured here, was mind-blowing for our artists.
If you had the chance to visit Tūranga over the summer, you would have come across Sanctuary, a rangatahi takeover that was not at all your normal exhibition. It spanned the South Base Gallery, pillars, lifts, windows, with creative activations throughout the library. We set up a cosy lounge in the gallery space and even created tufted rugs at the library with help from Delana Rugs. It was a collaboration between Christchurch City Libraries and 46 rangatahi artists, funded by Creative New Zealand and fueled by the passion of the library staff and curator Audrey Baldwin. A collaboration with a whole lot of heart. Our artists were made to feel so at home at Tūranga. For some, it was their first time visiting. Now, when they visit Oahatanga to use all the fabulous equipment up there, the staff know their names. The library team went above and beyond, committed to bringing our artists' aspirations and ideas to life, while also elevating their voices. This included arranging a podcast. Te Kore Mako Whānau Group had the opportunity to learn about the tukutuku panels from the Māori Services team, which inspired their own designs. The designs were then digitised and laser cut to create these incredible window artworks. One artist said, "It was cool to see my work translated from hand drawing to digital, then printed and installed. I can't believe I did that. It was awesome and really cemented how I feel about myself as an artist. Another artist said, being part of something so meaningful, so public, and something of such large scale connected me not only to my art, the other artists, but also my local community and my city. Thank you very much for having us.
Oh, awesome. That was so good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing what you do, and it's really inspiring. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, that's all the time we have now. We'll move on to the second one, which is Jake Mokomoko. And you're going to speak to us regarding an initiative for a community safety model to help reduce response times to emergency events.
Kia ora, good morning.
Welcome.
My name is Jake Mokomoko, and my company is Darkside Digital. That's an acronym, Dynamic Reach, Kinetic Solutions, Digital Engagement. And today I'm here to speak about an initiative that we have, the Guardian Display. Essentially, the Guardian Display is a smart LED display board situated throughout the region. Now on this display, I'm speaking about the community safety aspect, in which I think you may have received the documents that I sent the other day that outlines in depth the initiative. And so these key points on the slide, obviously, with a display like this, it's a visual reference to which type of zone or which emergency is happening within the city or the community region. It's easily recognizable, and it outlines sort of where you are and where you need to go to get to safety. The slide is pretty short, and the documents that I sent is in depth, and I thought that maybe we can have some discussions after I finish this slide here. Obviously, the green zone, you're in a safe area. They have a lot of other use cases as well for everyday use. They are sustainable. Solar power, they can feed back to the grids, a grid-tied system. They can be used to help with traffic and helping visitors, tourists, or the community alike understand what the council wants to convey and whatever types of messaging might be happening on an everyday or a annual use. We have, obviously around the city is a lot of rebuild. It's a very arty city. They do have uses that the council may want to implement through art, through maybe Māori language weeks, matariki, whatever it may be, but the use case goes on almost limitless. Through the everyday use, traffic management applications, smoother traffic flow and safety, sites of significance, landmarks, historical sites, which we know is a big thing here in Christchurch, with what's been happening in the past couple of decades. Art and beautification initiatives enhancing the aesthetic appeal of the city. Community updates, essential information, news, information and services for tourists and the like. There is also a revenue generation aspect with partnerships that the council has within community groups. You could leverage those to become a cost-neutral initiative or cost-neutral asset. This is an endorsement with Mike Bush, and I'm not too sure if anybody's familiar with the report that Mike Bush released a couple of weeks ago around Cyclone Gabriel. It was a very extensive, I think, 173, 175-page document. I've been in talks with Mike, and this is the endorsement that he gave my initiative. I believe you have all of the documents if you want to read over in depth on this, and that's the end of my proposal.
Oh, thank you very much. It was time for a couple of questions. So, Aaron, did you have one? Councillor Kewen and then Councillor Scandrick.
Yeah, I do. So firstly, where you at? I mean, did you design these, or so this is your own design? Where are they made?
So we have a supply chain that comes from China for the LED parts. I fabricate them with my own design team. So we've got electricians and steel fabricators alike, and we put them together. Obviously, if we were to have a contract to put these, say here in Christchurch, we would work alongside the council to make sure that aesthetically they are pleasing, and obviously not going to become a sight for sore eyes, because as you travel around the city, it is a beautiful city, so it doesn't want to impact the aesthetic of the city.
And so where are you at in the process at the moment?
We're pretty much good to go. I've been in talks with Met Service and NEMA, so we are cultivating the network to ensure that these are operational. If we were to get them on the ground, then once we do get them on the ground, we've already passed all of the testing.
Right, and who's paying for them?
Well, that would be something that we discuss if this was to go any further with the council.
Thank you. Councillor Scandrett, just quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm presuming that would there be almost cost neutral if there was advertising on those.
Yep.
I'm just thinking with regards to emergency messaging, you could program them to have an automatic override if there was something like a tsunami or earthquake or something of that nature, that the emergency information could override any commercial, and that would be in the contracts to start with.
No, absolutely, and that's the primary cause of this initiative, is for the community safety. But I'm trying to outline that there is no limitation with other aspects that we might be able to visit for it to be more of a promising initiative for the council to be interested in.
The two things that, have you talked to any of our smart cities connection in the council?
Not yet. This is the first time I've reached
Oh,
out.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we could kind of
just
check that
thinking
up.
that's
And the second one
what
is
we'll do.
to also connect in with our emergency services.
So what we'll do is,
Brendan
thank you for coming
Wilder or
in,
whatever.
and Mary's
Just-
taken a note, and
Cool.
staff
Okay.
from probably one or two of those sectors will make contact with you and have a chat.
Yeah, I'd love that.
yeah.
I think in the coming weeks I'm talking with Camilla Bellich from the Labour Party in Parliament at some point. So there is I guess, some interest.
Well, good on you for showing the initiative and getting something together. Looks exciting, and as Tim says, we do have a Smart Cities program which does have some signage as well, but so hooking in with them would be good. So Mary will pick that up. Thank you.
To get in with the bus stop people, because we currently do this with the ads on the bus
Shelters.
stops as well.
Yes, look, we'll follow up with you, and identify the appropriate people to make contact. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Excellent. I'm just noting we do have Councillor Moore on Zoom, and we did have an apology for Councillor McClellan for lateness. He's on his way. Right, so that's the end of the public forum. Now we move on to deputations by appointment, and welcome Anne Dingwall, please. And you want to talk to us on